This loneliness might feel so familiar to you that you don't even really know that it's there. But as you heal the fearful avoidant attachment style, you will run into that feeling of loneliness, and you can heal it. You can heal it and truly experience the connection that you've actually always longed for. So in this video, I just want to shine a light on the reasons why you feel this deep loneliness, because for a great part, it is something that we as fearful avoidants keep intact. Like, we create that in a way by the beliefs that we have, the fears that we have, the protection mechanisms that we have. And so when we know that, we can release that and heal that and let it go and actually finally fulfill that need or that longing for connection and belonging. So the first reason is that you believe that you are a bad person. This is one of the core wounds of the fearful avoidant attachment style. I've talked about it in multiple videos. But because you believe that you are a bad person, you will always keep parts of yourself hidden. You will always keep a part of yourself hidden. You believe you are fundamentally flawed, and so you will not show everything, because a fearful avoidant is so afraid of rejection and abandonment. So anything that could come close to that, we're just not going to do it. And that means showing our whole selves? Of course not. We have neatly tucked away all those things that we think you won't accept from us. And so when you keep hiding parts of yourself, even if you are in a loving, committed, healthy relationship and somebody truly loves you, you subconsciously think, well, but if they would see the whole me or know the whole me, they wouldn't love me. So you can't really accept the love that they are giving you, because you know it is only based on a part of you. You only show a part of you. And because of that, you still feel lonely, because there's this consistent fear, this lingering fear that when you really show yourself and give your all, then they will see that you are a bad person or that you're fundamentally flawed. They will find out those parts of you that you have kept hidden, and then they will reject you or abandon you. But until you are comfortable or feel safe enough to show all of you, you then will never feel fully loved. And this is so sad to think about and to say, because this is what we do to ourselves. We keep those parts hidden, and it's logical. I'm not trying to say that you're a bad person for doing it. Obviously, it's so logical. It makes sense because you've experienced rejection and abandonment for so many of the things that just came naturally to you when you were a child. It's just that that was not your fault. It wasn't based on anything you did. It was based on your parents and their fears and their beliefs and their experiences and their pain and their trauma. It wasn't you. So now that we're adults, we can choose to heal, thank goodness, and we can learn to show our full selves and to not keep things hidden. And that really truly will dissolve a lot of that loneliness. So that is the first reason. The second reason is you also have a belief that you are unlovable. And therefore, when somebody actually loves you, gives you love, you believe, your fear brain is telling you they can't really mean it. They can't be serious. They're just a good person. That's why they are acting loving towards us. They're just a nice person. It isn't really about me, because you have this belief that you are unlovable. And so any love that you get, that can't be true. They can't really mean that. You can go between this is too good to be true, when will it be taken away, to they can't mean it, and actually looking down on the person or the partner that is giving you that love, because they just don't get it. If they're just giving you love without you having to work for it, they just don't get it. They don't really see you for who you are. So this belief that you are an unlovable person, it really wreaks havoc in your relationships, and definitely is a cause for or a factor in that deep loneliness that you feel, because you never truly allow that love that you're getting, you already are getting, you don't really allow that in, because you believe that you are an unlovable person. And then the third reason is that you are usually socially performing, and you base your interactions based on whether you think you did it right or you were good enough in socially performing instead of connection. So a lot of fearful avoidance, maybe all fearful avoidance, truly lacked safe connection in childhood. You may have experienced connection from time to time, but there was probably a lot of negative associations around that. Um, and so connection is just something that is scary. When you're dismissive leaning, even more so, connection wasn't truly a part of your childhood, probably. And performing is then kind of the next best thing, because getting attention and getting admiration is the next best thing to connection. And so that becomes kind of your default setting when it comes to social situations, relationships, and friendships. You start socially performing. And therefore, you are not focused on connection. You are not open to the possibility of connection. You don't really know how to recognize it. You don't really know how to feel it and sustain it and be open to it and hold space for it, because it brings up all these emotions and all these feelings. And so you go back to socially performing and kind of judging whether you did it right or not. This is why you go over your conversations that you had that day in your head when you're laying awake at night and thinking, oh, why did I say that? Did I say that right? Did I do that right? That's performance. That's not connection. And as long as you're performing, you will feel lonely, because it's in that connection that you will feel that belonging. So when you heal the fearful avoidant attachment style at the root, this is one of the first things maybe that just goes. You don't perform anymore. You know that you are good enough as you are, that you are, what comes up naturally is good enough, and that you are a good person, that you are lovable. And therefore you are so much more able to connect to people, and that can be in so many different ways and shades and forms and shapes. You can connect really superficially, or you can deeply connect to somebody, and all of it is beautiful, and all of it will help you feel that sense of belonging and acceptance, and therefore kind of heal that loneliness that you're feeling. And then the fourth reason, the last reason, is you haven't experienced true support through mess, through feeling messy, through going through messes. So you maybe only got support when you were happy, or when your parent felt comfortable or powerful enough in the situation that you were in as a child. So what you've learned is support is conditional on me being happy or me being emotionally accepted, portraying emotionally accepted behavior, not through the mess, not through anything that comes up, not through everything that I'm feeling, not through all the confusion, through not knowing, through maybe saying dumb things. I won't be supported through that. And so what you do is you only connect or go outwards when you feel in a way that you think is emotionally accepted. But that means that you're hiding a lot of your feelings and emotions and a lot of states that you are in. And true connection and not feeling lonely means that you allow somebody to be with you, hold space for you, so not try to save or fix or help you. Just hold space and be there with you through your mess. So this is, to give a kind of concrete example, the difference between putting a child in timeout and saying, you go away and deal with your own feelings, which, by the way, when you're a child, you don't have any means to regulate those, and that just feels completely overwhelming, and then you believe, oh wait, so I'm getting abandoned when I have all these feelings. That's timeout. As opposed to a parent just sitting with you, close to you, not trying to fix you or save you, not saying hush hush, it will all be okay, or calm down, just sitting there, being there with you, breathing calmly, allowing you to have all the emotions that you have, and maybe guiding you in whatever way possible to to find calm within yourself. So actually having a person be with you and not be scared of anything you are feeling or thinking or going through, that is what will allow you to really connect to people. And when you haven't had that as a child, when you haven't experienced that as a child, which, to be clear, a lot of people haven't experienced that, even people who are securely attached or the other insecure attachment styles, I think there are not a lot of parents who can truly hold space unless they've done the work or are in another way very aware of this. So you are definitely not the only one, but you can still heal this and have this as an adult and have this with somebody else that has learned that or that has always had this. And that is deeply healing. So it's part you doing the work so that you even dare to take that step and connect in that way with somebody. And then also when that happens, that is deeply healing, which will help you to heal even more. So it's like a flywheel. And that is why healing just becomes easier and easier, because it all reinforces each other. But yeah, having somebody be with you through that mess will help tremendously in you not feeling lonely anymore, because a lot of us had the experience when we were younger that we were abandoned or rejected whenever we had emotions or feelings or thoughts that weren't accepted by our parent. And the smaller that road is, the narrower that road is, so the narrower the smaller amount of feelings or thoughts that were accepted, the more anxious you will be and the more lonely you will feel. So it is a matter of healing and allowing more and more feelings and thoughts to be there, and really knowing and experiencing that people can just stay with you through your mess. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be superhuman. You don't have to have everything figured out and only be happy all the time to be accepted. People can actually be with you and hold space for you through all of your emotions and all of your feelings. And that is true human connection. So hiding parts of yourself, showing yourself fully and giving yourself fully when you've healed this belief that you're a bad person, also healing this belief that you're unlovable, and therefore when you get love, really truly allow it in and receive it. Stopping the social performance part and truly connecting, and then allowing people to be there with you through your mess. Those four things, if you get there in your healing journey, you will notice that deep loneliness that is pretty consistently there just kind of vanishes. You just feel nurtured and supported and like you belong and not lonely anymore. And I so wish that for you, because even when it feels so familiar and so natural to feel so lonely, it still hurts. And that longing for connection and belonging is such a deep human primal need. And you are never ever too broken or too far along or whatever to heal this and experience this, because this part, we are wired for connection and nobody can break that in us or take that away from us. We just have to heal all the negative associations and all the negative experiences surrounding that. And that is possible. That is possible. All right. Let me know in the comments below whether this was valuable for you. Whether you recognized any of this. And let's just connect in the comment section and maybe share what this loneliness is doing, or what is keeping you from showing yourself. Like, what are the things that are keeping you from doing that? Maybe we can find belonging together. As always, I am so happy you are here, and I will see you in the next one.
Healed and Happy is a tailor-made online program where me and my team personally guide you through healing the roots of the fearful avoidant attachment style.